Hi everyone, I am Saloni and today we have with us Dr. Satish Patil, founder and CEO at Mitibase Technologies. Hi and welcome to Sociobits. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Saloni?
Yeah, I'm also great. Thanks for asking. So, shall we start with a small introduction about yourself?
Sure. Saloni, I'm Satish. I done my PhD from UM in Minneapolis almost a decade ago.
Mhm.
Came back to India, started my first consulting and services company based out of Pune. Built that company for 6, 7 years. Recently exited, so that's my first exit as an entrepreneur. And Mitibase Technologies is my the second venture which we started almost 3 years ago.
Mhm.
I'm based out of Pune, happily married with 2 kids. That's all about me.
Okay, so what is Mitibase Technologies?
So Mitibase Technologies is a sales intelligence platform.
Mhm.
We help B2B sales and revenue professionals for outbound sales, generate qualified leads, as well as give a lot of revenue and GTM intelligence to win more deals faster.
Okay, so what was the plan and the process for launching Mitibase Technologies?
So as a first generation entrepreneur, when I came back from US to start my entrepreneur journey,
Mhm.
and during my first company, when I was building the first company, I really realized the how difficult it is to do in the B2B world sales, right? As a first generation entrepreneur, right? And then slowly what we have realized is in B2B world, you when you do sales, you really need to have some unfair advantage, right? Because there is no more a long term competitive advantage for many product and services companies, right?
Yeah.
So we think that what could be that secret sauce, for B2B companies, which they can leverage and harness and have a more advantage, right? And that we realize is your network. So
Mhm.
if you mind your relationships, right, as an organization's level, right,
Mhm.
that can be an unfair advantage. So Mitibase helps B2B companies discover, mine, harness their relationship network at an organization level, which
Mhm.
is not typically visible in front of you, right?
Okay.
And your relationship is your unfair advantage because nobody can, copy paste or poach from you.
Mhm.
So the whole idea is there is one secret sauce which is really helping B2B salespeople is the relationship network. So the Mitibase entire thesis is based on that, a concept that you leverage your network, you find your next customer in your network,
Mhm.
because that's the toughest part to close more deals.
Okay, so what are the current challenges in B2B sales in 2023, especially in outbound sales?
Correct. So what happens is, if you realize any B2B organization, let it be a enterprise product companies or
Mhm.
IT services consulting companies, right?
Yeah.
There is a limit to which there is a growth if when you get the inbound opportunities. So
Mhm.
lot of organization build their GTM, the functions or outbound sales team when they really wanted to scale their, the growth in terms of more revenue. But as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, what we have realized is all the companies do the same thing. They
Okay.
purchase the database, they do the cold calling, they do the email marketing, they do content writing, right? Everybody posts on LinkedIn, everybody do cold calling, right? So in this case, in these kind of scenarios where everyone has access to the same database, same tools, same approaches, what is that unfair advantage? So today, B2B sales team struggles to get the qualified pipeline or qualified lead, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody is doing the same thing, right? So their main pain point is a predictable pipeline generation, So in the sales parlance, they call it as a top of the funnel, right?
Mhm.
Lead gen is everyone's problem, right? Second thing is they don't have enough intelligence, right, for outreach. So when I do any outbound email campaign or an outbound sales, everybody wants that people should respond to me, they give time to me, they should come to meetings, they should allow us to give schedule a demo, right?
Yeah.
But that the cold calling, cold email, the response rate is extremely poor, right?
Mhm.
So how can so B2B team today struggles to get that positive responses like qualified pipeline lead generation. Second time they struggle is what is that the intent data. So if I reaching out to few customers, few prospects, do they have a need, right? Do they have the intent to purchase my product or my services, right? Third is what is the buying journey, because in 2023 the lot of things have changed, right? So today a lot of even companies struggle to understand the individual buyer journeys, right? Do they search, do they ask referral, do they decide based on LinkedIn review, do they look at their website, do they look at your case studies? How do really buyer decide whether they wanted to buy my product or not, right? So these are the top, but what we have realized almost by and large, the predictable pipeline generation is by and large the major pain point for B2B sales team in today's, especially in 2023.
So, how Mitibase is helping B2B sales and revenue professionals to address those challenges?
Correct. So, as I mentioned, because there is no competitive advantage in sales outreach, because everyone have access to the, for example, let's see, for example, if I'm using LinkedIn, for my sales effort, everyone has access to LinkedIn, right? So it's not like only I have access. And second thing, look at the today's buzzword is chat GPT, right? Everyone is, the buzzword, right? But is not only I have access to chat GPT, everyone has access to chat GPT, right? So what we are doing is we are finding out a secret sauce, a leverage, a unfair advantage that individual company can have over their competitors. And what is that unfair advantage? What if I mine and leverage my network? Because as an organization I have a lot of relationship, customers, partners, vendors, suppliers, advisors, investors, right? These people are connected to further, in the outside world. So, and this entire network ecosystem is my company, right? It's my network, right? So if I can find lead generation in that network, that gives me an edge because it's my network, right? It's not my competitor's network. My network company can mine their network, right? So why it's important? Because I'm mining my network, there is a trust factor. There is a sort of people know what we do, what our product does, what our service does. So the trust factor, which is important in B2B sales, is already there in my network. So it's easy to sell within my network. So that's the whole idea. Unfortunately, in today's world, that entire relationship network is not visible. Why? Because it is in my email, it is in my calendar, it is in my phone book, it is in my Facebook, it is in my LinkedIn. So today I struggle to get a holistic single source of truth view of my network. And when I say my network, is my organization network, where my colleagues are connected, where my executive team is connected, where my customers are connected, where my partners are connected. So Mitibase, aggregate, contextualize, organize all that relationship data in one place, right? Second, then we help companies find the leads or prospect within that network, right? And as I mentioned, because those leads and prospects are within my network, that's an unfair advantage because all these people they know me, I have a warm introduction with them, I can just pick up a call and talk to them. So essentially, Mitibase is creating an unfair advantage for B2B sales team so that they can discover more leads and they can close more leads faster.
Okay, so how is Mitibase different than other sales intelligence platforms?
So what happens if you look at other sales intelligence platform? Let me give an example of there are few industry databases, right, where you can just find out email and phone numbers, or social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook or Insta, where people can go and find out who are their next customers, or they can do Google search, hey, who are the company, who are the prospects. Now if you look at the way people do outreach today, because they have not created a sort of a competitive advantage, because as I mentioned again and again, everyone has access to the same data, right? So
Yeah.
other sales intelligence platform today, at least to best of our knowledge, there are
Mhm.
very few people are able to aggregate all your relationship data in one place, right?
Okay.
So how we are different? We leverage your communication data, email, calendar, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook, your phone book. So very few companies like Mitibase are able to aggregate that network into one place, right? So
Okay.
rest of the other sales intelligence platform, they do not have that capability or the offerings which help you open up the your network, in an entirely different way.
Mhm.
So we, as a one of the key differentiator factor for Mitibase is what we do is we discover your network which is invisible to you, right?
Okay.
Other competitive platforms are not able to do that. Second, we contextualize and enrich that data for you, right?
Mhm.
And the third and the most important part is we also help you in the engagement journey. Let me give a small example of that, right? What if we discover ideal customers within your network, right? And we tell, hey, your CEO is connected to a CEO of that company, so you also have a warm introduction part, right? And we also tell you, hey, you know what, recently they have received funding and they are, having a mandate to implement certain technology stack
Yeah.
which relevant to you. So this collective intelligence, we discover the leads for you. We tell you, hey, there is a warm introduction via your CEO. We also tell you, there is a trigger because they got funding, they have a mandate. So all these sales intelligence you get in one place, right?
Okay.
Today, very few platform are able to do that. So that's a sort of a differentiator or a different approach we are taking to solve those pain points of B2B sales leaders today.
Okay. So, how much impact artificial intelligence will have on B2B sales, and how can organizations be ready to embrace and leverage AI in sales in the coming few years?
Right. So what if you realize in last past, 5 years, maybe decade, but more so last 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
organizations are subscribing to hundreds and tens of SaaS tools. People use CRM, people use marketing automation platform, people use product billing, people use product analytics tool, people have ERPs, people have the billing and accounting software. So if you look at as an organization, we use a lot of tools to articulate the customer journey, right? Marketing tools for marketing, sales for customer relationship management, the billings for billing, product analytics to see how customers are using our platform, operations data, customer success tools. Now
Mm-hmm.
what we, because of that, there's a lot of data is getting generated at the organization level. The challenge is because those data resides in silos, companies are struggling to make sense of all those disconnected data. And
Okay.
that's where the artificial intelligence coming into picture. So today there are a lot of advanced AI capabilities where companies can leverage that technologies to make sense of this disconnected data, to
Mm-hmm.
really see a comprehensive view or a 360-degree view of your customers or
Okay.
your prospects, right?
Okay.
So that marketing teams, sales team, customer success teams, right, your executive teams can work, in a very cohesive fashion, make very effective decisions. And all this is only possible because of the AI, right? So AI, machine learning, all those capabilities, with the help of that, now we are able to achieve some of those insights and the discoveries within our data, which is
Mhm.
typically was not possible 5 years ago or 10 years ago, right? So that's the first part. Second part is because the AI also brings lot of automation into picture, sales people also become more efficient, more productive. So in net AI will definitely is having and is going to have a very profound effect, how organization do sales, marketing and customer success, right?
Yeah.
The second part of your question is the how do organization be ready. So according to me, organization should invest into three areas. First is definitely into tools and the technologies, right? There are a lot of advanced AI machine learning powered tools, right?
Mm.
Which helps salespeople, Mitibase including one of them, right? So let's invest into those AI powered tools, which not only will make you or give you Superman capabilities, but will also make you more productive, more efficient, um, more revenue generating heroes within your organization. Second is people. Just tools and the technologies is not going to help. So organizations should also invest into data people, data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, which can leverage those tools, for the sales and marketing purpose, right? And the third and the most important part is the processes and workflows. Just purchasing tools will not help. Just hiring more people will not help. So organization, if they really wanted to leverage AI, three components: tools and technologies, people and processes. So if they invest into these three, I'm sure, and organizations, some of the leading organization or future looking organization, they have been investing into this area, right? And they are reaping the benefits as we speak. So those who have not done, I think 23 or the next 2 to 3 years, definitely you will see a lot of adoption of these AI ML tools, more data people, hiring, as well as more intelligent workflows into companies.
Okay, so how was the overall experience as a founder?
Oh, very interesting question. So it's been a roller coaster journey, right? And because this is my the second venture, of course, as a product and as a platform, this is my first. Earlier, I used to run and build the services company, but it's a roller coaster journey. Lot of learnings as a product, and because the market shift you have seen, pre-corona, corona, and post-corona, right? You see a lot of change in the market dynamics, lot of expectation change from the customers. People have been becoming more frugal, more cost sensitive, with the recession in the Western world. Product companies like us, have really challenging time ahead. Always, of course, it's exciting as well as challenging, but it's a roller coaster journey. Some days are good, some days are bad, but I'm enjoying.
Okay, so what things you learned?
So what I've learned as as an entrepreneur, build two companies, exited from one company, building the second one, is the focus is the key. So what I've realized is the key learning is you have to become a very, very laser focused. Whenever you build a company, because in the beginning you are bootstrap, you don't have resources. So focus is brings you a lot of success. It avoids a lot of errors, or it can save a lot of time, effort, energy, money. So what I've learned is focus is the key to success. And the second is building an effective team. You alone can't build anything. So two things: focus and team are the crucial aspect of any venture building. That's my learning, for since for last two companies which I've been building.
Okay, so one piece of advice from your side to the future entrepreneurs.
So one is focus, 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 right? So as I say, a lot of, and I have made mistakes as an entrepreneur, as a first generation entrepreneur in my first company. So as I mentioned in your previous question, focus. So I strongly advise all future entrepreneurs, don't do 10 different things, don't spread too thin, focus on one thing, keep consistently doing. And the most important piece of advice is compounding brings you value. Keep doing that one thing again and again and again. Talk to customers, get feedback, but compounding brings the value. Don't just give it up, just don't do too many things. Focus, and compounding will definitely bring you success. So that's my advice for all future entrepreneurs.
Okay, so thank you for your time. And we are so happy to have you on Sociobits today. It was great talking to you. We wish you all the best for your future projects as well.
Sure. Thanks, Saloni. Thanks for inviting me, and thanks for this opportunity, to share my thoughts. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.